Welcome to Daily News Brief, your fast track to today's top stories. Like and subscribe to stay informed. A Maine police officer arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement has agreed to leave the United States voluntarily.
Officer John Luke Evans of Jamaica was arrested on July 25 as part of increased immigration enforcement.
Old Orchard Beach officials stated that they were told by federal authorities that Evans was authorized to work in the country.
Evans overstayed his visa and unlawfully attempted to purchase a firearm, leading to this agreement for voluntary departure.
Former WKYC meteorologist Holly Strano has secured a new position with Mix 94.1 in Stark County.
After 22 years at WKYC, Strano will now provide weather forecasts for Mix 94.1 listeners.
Strano was terminated from WKYC following a driving under the influence charge and subsequent guilty plea.
She is also a mental health advocate and hosts the Abruptly Authentic podcast on various platforms.
Ignite Tech's chief executive officer replaced nearly 80% of his staff due to resistance to artificial intelligence adoption.
He mandated company-wide artificial intelligence Mondays focused solely on artificial intelligence projects, ultimately replacing resistant employees.
Despite the difficulty, the chief executive officer believes the drastic restructuring was necessary for the company's survival.
This radical approach highlights the challenges of integrating artificial intelligence into existing workflows and company culture.
During the recent summit in Anchorage, Alaska, a local man received a Ural motorcycle as a personal gift from Vladimir Putin.
Russian state television reported that an employee of the Russian embassy presented the keys to Mark Warren at the delegation's hotel.
This unexpected gift followed a chance encounter between Warren and reporters who admired his older Ural motorcycle.
Warren had expressed difficulty obtaining parts due to the manufacturing plant's location, highlighting the impact of geopolitical conflicts.
Past high school experiences often involved casual firearm displays and transactions on school grounds.
Teachers sometimes publicly ridiculed students and engaged in inappropriate physical and verbal abuse.
Pregnant students faced expulsion while their male counterparts remained in school, a stark contrast to today's policies.
Students also experienced unsupervised off-campus excursions and normalized hazing rituals, now deemed dangerous and unacceptable.
Former Google executive Jad Tarifi cautions against pursuing doctoral degrees due to rapid technological advancements.
He argues that artificial intelligence is evolving so quickly that it may outpace the timeframe of a doctoral program.
Tarifi suggests focusing on niche areas within artificial intelligence or developing essential interpersonal skills.
He believes that higher education may become obsolete and emphasizes the importance of adaptability and human connection.
First-person view drones are creating deadly kill zones up to 12 miles from the Ukrainian front line.
These drones allow operators to see and strike targets precisely, making medical evacuations increasingly difficult.
The increased use of these drones means injuries now predominantly stem from drone strikes rather than gunshots.
This situation significantly complicates evacuations and raises mortality rates for wounded soldiers, forcing constant relocation of medical stabilization points.
Volodymyr Zelensky responded to criticism from a reporter regarding his attire at the White House.
The reporter, Brian Glenn, also Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend, had previously questioned Zelensky's wardrobe choice.
Zelensky humorously pointed out that Glenn was wearing the same suit as their last encounter.
The Ukrainian president highlighted that he, unlike Glenn, had opted for a different suit this time.
Tesla Cybertruck owners are facing insurance policy cancellations due to the vehicle's reduced production numbers.
Hanover Insurance cited difficulties in rating and underwriting the Cybertruck due to its unique design and limited production.
This reduced production has led to significantly lower sales figures than initially projected by Tesla.
Some affected owners have reportedly found coverage with other insurance providers like Farmers Insurance.
A truck driver with a California license was arrested in Florida after a deadly crash on the turnpike.
The driver, an undocumented immigrant, was involved in a collision that resulted in 3 fatalities.
Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer responded to the incident, which highlights interstate licensing concerns.
This tragic accident raises questions about regulations and the movement of undocumented individuals across state lines.
A small plane made an emergency landing on Interstate 805 in San Diego on Saturday afternoon.
The plane, experiencing mechanical issues, was en route from Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport to Miramar Air Station.
Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and all lanes reopened later that evening.
The California Highway Patrol and Federal Aviation Administration are currently investigating the incident.
Donald Trump is suggesting a plan to influence the 2026 midterm elections using an executive order.
This executive order aims to restrict mail-in voting, which he falsely claims is rife with fraud.
He intends to justify this action by claiming mail-in ballots threaten national security.
Critics argue this is a blatant attempt to manipulate election outcomes for Republican gain.
Intense cloudbursts, dumping extreme rainfall over localized areas, are causing devastating floods and landslides across India and Pakistan.
These sudden downpours, often exceeding 4 inches of rain within an hour, have tragically resulted in hundreds of fatalities and widespread destruction.
Mountainous regions, particularly in the Himalayas, are especially vulnerable due to a combination of monsoons, moisture, and geographical factors.
While predicting these events remains challenging, climate change is believed to be increasing their frequency and intensity, exacerbating the risks.
Florida Republicans removed merchandise mimicking Home Depot branding after the company objected to its unauthorized use.
The merchandise, featuring the slogan "The Deport Depot," was intended to promote Governor DeSantis' new immigration detention center.
The items, which included shirts and hats, were removed from the party website following Home Depot's complaint about the logo.
This incident follows other controversial fundraising efforts by the Republican Party related to Florida immigration policies.
Marius Borg Høiby, son of Norway's crown princess, faces multiple rape and violence charges.
He is accused of raping 4 women while they slept, potentially facing 10 years in prison.
Høiby also faces charges of filming genitals without consent and domestic abuse against a former partner.
The incidents allegedly occurred between 2018 and 2024, some after the initial investigation began.
President Zelensky opted for more formal attire during his recent White House visit with President Trump.
This marked a departure from his previous military-style clothing, which drew criticism from President Trump.
The Ukrainian president has typically worn military outfits to demonstrate solidarity with troops fighting against the Russian invasion.
However, after a less than successful prior meeting, he chose a more traditional ensemble for this important discussion.
Malaria deaths in Zimbabwe have more than tripled since 2024 due to United States aid cuts.
These cuts have severely impacted malaria research and preventative measures in the country.
Without funding for mosquito nets and medications, vulnerable populations face increased risk.
The rising malaria cases are concerning as the disease can lead to severe complications and death.
My research 20 years ago exposed widespread stock option backdating by executives.
This manipulation involved retroactively selecting grant dates to secure unearned gains.
The deceptive simplicity of this scheme allowed it to proliferate across numerous companies.
Despite public data availability, this fraudulent practice remained undetected for over a decade.
Home Depot will announce its second quarter earnings on Tuesday, with investors watching for renewed sales growth in the United States.
Experts predict a 1.6% rise in United States same-store sales, marking the 3rd consecutive quarter of growth in their home market.
This positive trend may indicate that the downturn in the United States housing market is beginning to ease, according to analysts.
Despite ongoing economic uncertainties, Home Depot anticipates overall revenue to increase by 5% compared to last year's figures.
Off the coast of Haida Gwaii, British Columbia, 2 colleagues encountered a critically endangered leatherback sea turtle.
While fishing near Langara Island, they initially mistook the large creature for a whale surfacing.
This rare sighting is the first verified sighting of a leatherback sea turtle in British Columbia waters in 2025.
The colleagues responsibly cut the boat engine and filmed the turtle from a safe distance to avoid disturbance.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.